There's a reason I keep coming back to simple meals like the one that I'm going to share with you today. And it has nothing to do with willpower, discipline, or being good on plan. It's because at this stage of life, the fewer decisions that I have to make around food, the easier everything else becomes. Not just eating, but energy, mood, and even consistency. When food is predictable and nourishing, it stops taking up mental space. And that's where this recipe lives. Most people don't struggle because they don't know what to eat. They struggle because eating requires too many micro decisions throughout the day. What sounds good, what fits, what's allowed, what's easy. By the time hunger actually shows up, the nervous system is already tired. And that's when we start skipping meals or grabbing whatever's fastest. This is especially common with protein because protein usually requires a little more effort than carbs. So what happens is people think that they're not hungry when really they're just overwhelmed. And that is the real problem that today's recipe solves. When you already have something made that you know your body does well with, hunger stops feeling urgent or emotional. It becomes neutral. You eat, you move on, your day stays intact. Beef and egg work so well here because they're dense, they're satisfying, and familiar to the body. They don't spike hunger later. They don't leave you searching for something else. They just do their job. One of the ways that I keep this recipe from feeling repetitive week after week is by changing up the flavor profile, not the structure. The base stays the same, but the spices shift depending on what sounds good that week. One week I'll go Italian leaning, another week I'll go more of a Mexican style base, and sometimes I keep it as simple as salt only. Occasionally I add a little cheese, sometimes I won't. My personal favorite is ground beef seasoned with just a little salt, little mozzarella bits mixed into the meat, and fresh basil added into the egg. It's simple, it's comforting, and it never feels boring. What matters here is that the method stays consistent while the experience changes just enough to keep it enjoyable. The balance between predictability and variety is what makes this lifestyle sustainable long term. You're not reinventing the meal every week. You're also not forcing yourself into monotony if your body and your taste buds don't need that level of rigidity. There's also something important about repeating meals that doesn't get talked about enough. Repetition isn't restriction, it's regulation. When your body knows what's coming, it relaxes. Body sugar stays steadier, appetite signals get clearer. You're not constantly negotiating with yourself about food. That's why prep once, eat all week isn't about being rigid. It's about creating trust. Your body that nourishment is handled. This is especially helpful if mornings are busy or you tend to put off eating until you're overly hungry. Having something ready removes the gap. You're not waiting to feel motivated. You're just responding to hunger with something that works. And that's what makes this sustainable. Not because it's exciting, but because it's reliable. But I also love this because it can vary week to week just by changing up the spices that I'm using. I also want to say something clearly, especially for anyone listening who feels a little nervous about spices. If your body does well with a few seasonings, you don't need permission from the internet to use them. This carnivore lifestyle isn't about being pure or earning points. It's about what allows you to eat well consistently and feel good doing it. There's a big difference between adding thoughtful variety and turning meals into something complicated or inflammatory. You get to decide which that is for you. For me, variety paired with simplicity has been one of the biggest reasons that this way of eating has been sustainable. Not knowing my body, paying attention to how I feel, and allowing enough flexibility to enjoy my food without turning it into a project. A few spices help you stay consistent and nourished. That's not a problem to fix. That's information to use. I like to do this batch cooking on Sundays because it's one of my most flexible days and I really enjoy the process. So now I want to walk you through exactly how I make my beef and egg cups. Nothing fancy here, no special technique, not the method that's easy to repeat and hard to mess up. This is the kind of recipe that you can do once and then never overthink again. While we're cooking together, think ahead to your week, not perfectly, just realistically. When are you usually short on time? When do you skip protein most? That's where these come in. You're not adding something extra, you're removing a problem before it shows up. Now let's go ahead and get cooking. Okay, today is Sunday. I am doing my batch cooking, and one of my go-tos is beef and egg cups. Super simple. Today I am going with a basil mozzarella base. Well, not base, but a little flavoring. So the way that I do this is I take, for convenience, because I am all about simplicity and convenience, I take the 1/3 pound burgers from Walmart that are already pre-packed, and I use 6 of them. And then I use 10 eggs. I take mozzarella based on how much beef I have, and I buy a block and then just chunk it up into little chunks to go in with the beef. I also have fresh basil. Now, I've tried dried basil, and in my personal opinion, flavor profile is just not quite the same. So I go with fresh, and I would say go to taste. Now, both the egg mixture and the beef mixture, I generously add salt. I use the Redmond's real salt and highly recommend that. So I will go ahead and mix up the beef with the mozzarella and the eggs with the basil. Okay, so I have whisked up with just a basic whisker the eggs and basil and salt. It occurred to me while I was putting these in the cups that sometimes I have filled them a bit too much and I get some overflow. So today I left it down below just a little bit, packed them in nice and tight, and but what that meant is I had some extra. So I just took some little ramekins, and I am going to do the same thing in those. They are oven safe, so we should be good to go on that. Now I'm going to go ahead and just pour the egg mixture on top of those little beef muffins. Okay, we have got the egg mixture on top of the beef. It was just enough to get everything covered. I didn't quite cover quite as thickly on these, but I'm not that worried about it. I'm very excited about this. Now, I did forget to mention that I do cook it at 350 degrees. I guess you can't see that, but I do cook it at 350 degrees. It does vary a little bit, but typically it's somewhere around 20 to 25 minutes. These little guys are a tiny bit bigger. They might take a little bit longer, but we will take a look at the end and I will let you know what the final cook time was. Okay, they are all done. I did increase the temperature to 375, and it took 20 minutes. Probably if you did 350, it would probably be 25 minutes, but these little babies are perfect. I did let them cool so I could pick it up and show you, but there is a perfect layer. They didn't overflow, which is great, and the ones in the ramekin did pretty good too. I didn't have quite as much of the egg on top, so they sunk down into the beef a little bit, but I could not be happier, and I already ate one of the little ones from the ramekins, and they are spectacular. Highly recommend. Hey, if you give this recipe a try, I would love to hear what you think, and if you modify it at all, please drop a comment and let me know what you did about that too. Enjoy!